Holiday roll. Holiday roll.
20 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. Anthony James is on the phone today, not in the studio with us. And he'll be talking to us about travel and travel advice, airplanes, hotels, and station wagons. Good morning, Anthony. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you all?
Good. Where are you right now?
I am actually in my office. I got stuck here today, so I have to be in my office doing a little work today.
Well, that's the beauty of the technology. We can do a radio show, and you're not even here.
Yes, exactly.
It's not unusual for us. We do it all the time with most guests. But we do love having you in the studio. Do you know what I've seen on my Facebook page is a few videos from people who've gone on trips. Galen Unold was one. He went to the Central America, went to Belize and some of the other places. My brother and his wife went kind of the same place.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess that's one cool way. You know, back in the day when you'd go to somebody's house that just came back from a vacation, they would get out the slideshow. Remember that?
Yes.
And you would say, "Oh, cool! I can't wait to see this." And then about a half hour into it, it's like, "Gosh, are there more?" After a while, I guess you want your own vacation, not somebody else's, right?
Yeah.
That is very, very true. But speaking of that, I got some good news. First off, in the month of May, starting next weekend through some weekends in May, if you go around beach properties in the state of Florida, they're going to be a whole lot cheaper.
Really?
Okay. Yes. Now, May is graduation month for the colleges and things like that. So if you want to pick hotels to go to do your little weekend vacations at, do so. If you see them, they're very expensive. That means there are colleges around there, and they are being booked a lot by people that's wanting to see their kids and family and friends and stuff graduate. But right between now and then, if you catch them on some off weekends, they're gearing up for the summer. So you can get some very good deals on either coast of the state of Florida. Look at
Really?
St. Pete. Yes, you just look at the St. Pete area. Look at the Atlantic Coast area. Look at Daytona, all the way down through Melbourne, and all those different types of things. Also, Miami Beach is going to be a little bit more cheaper as well as of between now and May. But we're starting in June. July and August, that's huge vacation for everybody in the U.S. So, but if you're going to try to get some weekends, do them now.
Do you ever have guests, and is it appropriate to haggle with the clerk at the hotel?
Well, they do it anyways.
Oh, they do?
Right, but we have certain price points that we have to meet. So we train our front desk and our people that, hey, this is the lowest that you can go, because we still have operational costs that still needs to make sense to actually sell a room at a certain rate. But it's not going to – a lot of people will go online and they'll have 2 or 3 different sites up, and then they'll call you on the phone. And then they're like, well, can you give me this deal? No, you need to book it through that site or book it through these things. So the front desk is very able to accommodate whatever you can, but they cannot go further than what the system tells them they can go.
And you also have good group rates that people should be aware of if you're traveling with a club or an organization.
Right. If you book ahead of time, hotels love groups. So we will find out, because we're reducing our inventory. So we will, if you're having a family reunion or a birthday or a wedding or whatever, you will get a cheaper rate, because the more rooms you buy, the cheaper it is.
Yeah, well, that would make sense,
right,
yeah.
right.
And so you could be like the pastor of a church, for example, having a whole busload going to Miami, and individually the price would be cheaper, but the hotel gets that big lump sum of money from everybody.
Exactly, and the hotel is prepared for it. Like we have groups, we have church groups coming in now, and we have had them in January and stuff like that. So especially a lot of church groups. So they will travel, and they know that, hey, you know what, we need about 10 rooms. A hotel usually their limit or their starting block is 10 rooms. You give them 10 rooms, they'll give you a certain rate.
Oh, okay.
Beyond. Yes. Also, Cancun, Mexico I found and researched, and some of my friends went, and they have some really good deals where I think it's like 5 nights. It's like $4.99. Some of the sites that I've seen were like $4.99 for the couple to go for like 5 nights.
5 nights. Wow, that's $100 a night, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it includes beverage and food.
Really?
Yeah. So people want to check out Cancun. Okay, check out everything that they can, and there's different parts of Mexico. So check out Cancun, check out Isla Mujeres, Playa Mujeres, Puerto Juarez, all those different types of. Check those out between now and July because they are starting to have some really, really good prices for vacations.
Do you speak Spanish?
Poquito.
Poquito. Just a little. Oh, wow.
You sound really good with those.
Yeah, you were rolling those R's pretty good.
When people are traveling outside of the United States and they need their passports, is it a good idea for them to lock their passports up in the hotel safe, or should they keep it with them?
Hotel safe. Hotel safe is much easier and much better than having to lug it around everywhere that you go. But it's a whole lot safer to use the safe in room or use the safe at the front desk.
So answer me about a question I have about Mexico. You always hear these horror stories about Mexico, and then you hear these wonderful stories about Mexico. It's kind of hard to figure out. Is it if we go to the resorts, we're safe? If we just decide to just take a bicycle and ride through town, we might not come back? I mean,
yes.
What is the deal with Mexico?
Well, it's Mexico. It's Jamaica. It's different places like Cuba. Basically, what they want when you go to these resorts, basically they have a place at the airport, a car there ready to take you to the resort. You enjoy the resort area, and then you get back on the plane and go home. They can't really because. People in those areas, they know that, hey, Americans are coming. I'm not saying that they're all bad because just things happen. But also we got to realize, too, that sometimes we might go out and maybe have too much to drink and do some stupid things ourselves. So you don't want to really, you hear on the news, you hear these things. It's always better to research and be safe.
Oh.
But if you're going, but at the same time, you do want to kind of look at those things and you want a little bit of their culture. You want to see where everybody there eats. So you want to might not want to eat at the resort that night. You might want to eat, somewhere local in town to get the local flavor.
All right, am I pushing the envelope if I ask you about timeshares? What is your thought on them in general? And are they the same now as they were? Because I haven't had one of those calls in years and years where they say, "Come on over, we'll talk to you about a timeshare. We'll give you,
Oh, yeah.
100 whatever lottery tickets or something."
Free 35 millimeter.
Yeah, 35 millimeter camera. What is your thought on that whole thing?
My thoughts, it's just going to depend on if you want different places. You want to go here for 1 year, here that year. I mean, I guess it works. Me personally, I'd rather for the same amount you get a timeshare, you can find a small house on the beach somewhere. Go ahead and buy it and then rent it out. Make yourself your own money. Buy yourself a small house on the beach.
Wow.
Make it a family investment, and then hire maybe a property management firm to actually rent the house when you're not using it. You block off, say, if you want to go down and have it for the month of July for your friends and your family, have it blocked off then. But
that's
for the rest of the
smart idea.
Right. Have the rest of the year, you can probably make your mortgage back that you're paying anyway for your investment through people that want to rent your house for the week.
That's what my brother's friend Nick does. He bought a house in North Carolina. My brother and mom and their family just has spent a whole week up there, and that's what Nick does. The property management people take care of it when he's not there, and they rent it out the rest of the time.
And I think that for me, that is much better than timeshare.
That is a smart idea. Wow, I think I'm going to do that. See, I can rent out my back room.
There you go.
We got to start small,
Free Wi-Fi,
I'll be your property manager just for a small fee.
And you get free Wi-Fi at Larry's place.
That'll be awesome.
And P.S., I just became friends on Twitter with a courtesan from the Bunny Ranch, so
there you go.
You never know.
Ooh,
things are looking up,
wow.
I guess.
They're looking up very well.
Anthony, do you want to give a phone number so we can call you at the hotel?
Yes, 352-369-4610. Homewood Suites. Any questions, just give me a call.
Take a staycation. Do that staycation thing. Don't even leave Ocala and have a wonderful time.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Protest in North Charleston, South Carolina.
No more!
This after release of a video which seems to show white officer Michael Slager shooting unarmed black man Walter Scott after a traffic stop. Slager has been charged with murder.
Slager's attorney says his client felt threatened and that Scott was trying to grab his stun gun. Slager is being held without bond and faces 30 years to life in prison if convicted.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. A U.S. soldier killed, at least 2 wounded by an Afghan soldier.
The shooting happened in the compound of the provincial governor in Jalalabad. American troops immediately returned fire, killing the Afghan soldier. Earlier this year, an Afghan soldier killed 3 American contractors.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gulliher. A second day of jury deliberations in the Boston Marathon bombing trial. Deliberations also continue in the murder trial of ex-New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez. Fox News. We report, you decide.
And now, another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man said he recently informed his wife he's going to start waxing his chest, only because the waxing place is right near Golfsmith, and they're about to have trade-in days. For a limited time only, when you trade in your old clubs, you get a 50% bonus towards new ones. He's got a lot of clubs to trade in, so he's going to wax his chest, eyebrows, back, and, well, just check out trade-in days at Golfsmith. Anything for golf.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea,